Audio and video test. Audio and video test. All right, according to my iPad, I am live. Audio and video live. Fix my windows here. Welcome to my channel. It is day 10 of my preparation for the end of September patch. We're making good progress, but all my characters were in good shape. I'm Blazar Gaming. Welcome to my family-friendly channel. She-Hulk is next on the list. Unstable molecules. I can use some unstable molecules. All right. Durability and strength. Well, we know, I think Blob's artifact is durability and strength, but I would never put that on a meleeer unless they take taunt off of it. Pet. Let's find a pet to work on. Durability. Here's a pet needs some work. Here's one needs some blues. Ew. Blues, yellows. Blues and yellows, I guess, is needed on this one. Little dragon man.
I do enjoy a nice, quiet lab.
Because that 6% summoned ally damage isn't so great anymore, I don't think. Since they made all the changes to everything. Let's grab her costumes. Let's see what She-Hulk costumes I have. There's a few. I kept a lot of She-Hulk's low-level stuff, thinking maybe one day I might cosmic prestige her. Nah, probably not. This is the costume I like. It's called Heroes for Hire. Oh, wow. That just gave me an idea. Was she ever a defender? Yes. So, Jessica Jones doesn't have to be the lone Netflix. See, Netflix has Daredevil and Elektra, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Misty Knight, Colleen Wing. So, I'd like to see She-Hulk make an appearance at some time or another. Alright. But I do like the Heroes for Hire 97 costume. Very stylish. Going out for a jog. Here's the She-Hulk single green female.
Make the rockin' world go round.
With purple jeans. She has one. Yeah, here it is. She's got one. It's the same thing, but without the jeans. This one she's about to work out, I guess. I don't know. Her Law and Disorder uniform. The boots are real cool. Like the boots. And her office attire. Because she is a lawyer. So when she's not out defending the little people, defending the world, she's a lawyer defending the little people. She's a lawyer, like Daredevil. But I kind of like this one. She's going out, enjoy the park, maybe a little jog. So who is She-Hulk? Jennifer Walters. Seriously wounded after a gangland shooting, attorney Jennifer Walters received an emergency blood transfusion from her cousin, Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk. Transformed by the blood transfusion, Walters received a milder version of her cousin's powers. She was large, green, and impossibly strong, but she still retained her intellect. Choosing to spend all her time as the sensational She-Hulk, Jen Walters has served on the Avengers, the Defenders, the Lady Liberators, and has built a reputation as a brilliant attorney for the superhero community. So, unlike Bruce, who'd rather never ever turn into the Hulk, she prefers being green. She can always turn back to her normal self, but she prefers being green. But if she knows Kermit the Frog, then she knows it ain't easy being green, according to Kermit. So, evidently, she and her brother Bruce had rare blood types, and when she needed a blood transfusion, they didn't have that blood type around. So he came in and volunteered his blood. Because normally he wouldn't have done that. He's been trying so hard to figure out how to undo what's wrong with him. He would never wish it upon anyone. But in order to save her life, he was her only hope. So he saved her life, and she is now the sensational She-Hulk. She loves it. Unlike him, who'd still rather get rid of it. She loves it. All right. Again, she has durability and strength. She gets 20% more base damage when enemies are targeting her. But yeah, I'm still not going to use a taunt. Unless I want to go back and play normal mode or something. Where nothing could hurt her. Then who cares, right? But I like playing Cosmic Patrols. And you're not going to taunt in the middle of Cosmic Patrols. Unless you just said, forget about doing damage. Let's build attack. Which is totally useless in an action RPG. No healers. Alright. She is durability and strength, so she gets 4% base damage on every plus durability and strength. Primary resource is anger. Anger is generated whenever she deals or is dealt damage. And the benefits scale with her current angle. Her base damage goes up. Her critical hit, brutal strike, critical hit rating multiplier, attack and movement speed. Everything just gets bigger and bigger and better and better and better as she gets more and more angry. This is her anger. So it kind of works like rage in the old Dungeons and Dragons days, I guess. Your barbarian rage. Maximum health. She gets extra health because she's the She-Hulk. She's defense deflect based, so her archetype is tough. And she's a melee combatant, which means she is melee only. She's got some range stuff, but I've got the 45% damage reduction I like for a melee combatant. Remember, if she was a close quarters hybrid, melee ranged hybrid, then 37 would be the number I'd be shooting for. 45 minus 8. But she's melee. She gets the 8. She gets 45. Health. It's great. 27.5 I consider minimum for a melee combatant. So her survivability is in good shape. I hope I welcomed everyone. If not, welcome. If I did, again. So, when you critically hit, gain 5 strength. She gets 482 crit to physical attacks. So this gives her 20% base damage and 482 critical hit rating for physical attacks. And a little bit of defense. Every little defense helps. See, that gave her 1 whole % damage reduction. Okay, this one needs re-rolling, because I can get some more strength out of it. Oh, wow. But it's going to be hard to hit those numbers again on critical hit and damage rating. But that's okay. An extra 8%. An extra 8% base damage will work fine.
Yes, I have been spending a lot of time in the lab. Why do you ask?
Guess I better pick my poison first before I right click on it. Alright. So we want to start with 3 strength. But I'd love to keep exactly what she has with a critical hit and damage rating. But that's wishful thinking. First of all, let's get 3 strength. So, Miss RNG, if you're out there and you're listening, if you're awake, if not, I don't want to disturb you, but 3 strength, please, Miss RNG.
Here till the fun runs out.
3 strength. Alright. Okay, that's a good start. Now, those are tight ranges on critical hit and damage rating. So, in theory, my next 3 strength has a good chance of, if I can get another 3 strength, Miss RNG, please give me 3 strength. Okay, that's near perfect. I don't need the health. Who can complain about that? Miss RNG, you are the best. You are the best. Okay, this one can have 3 strength. So, we want to start with 3 strength. Alright, and what'd that do to everything else? We definitely want crit and brute higher. Where do we want crit and brute? Definitely over 200. Preferably around 225 and up. That's good on the brute. Well, a little more. Please, Miss RNG. A little more. No, that was a little less. So, please, a little more. Spending all my crafting materials. Oh, yeah, critical hits. It's not it. All right, Miss RNG. I want 225 plus. Or 220 plus on critical hit. 220 plus on brutal strike. And 3 strength. That's all I'm asking. Miss RNG. Nope, we're not there yet. Three strength, please. Nope, we're still not there yet. Spending all my crafting materials. The bottom ones look good, but critical hit, not there yet. You almost got it. Okay. I'm not going to cry over 40 melee damage or 20 brutal strike rate. So, thank you very much, Miss RNG. I will take that all day. All day, all day, all day. And how's this one? This one looks good. So all her blessings are melee. So all her blessings are melee. She has dupe inspiration. With good crit and brute numbers. Look at that. So they only go up to 300. So good crit and brute numbers. I gave her melee. She has a Savage Axe, of course, because she does physical damage. She's got a 29% movement ring. Movement. Okay, she only has 1 movement power, but it only has a 3-second cooldown. So, she can use the movement ring. But I'll give her a 30%er. So I know I've got some 30%ers. 30, 30, 30, 30. So yes. So she can have a 30%er. And it's 597 critical damage. So that's good. So movement ring works good with people who have movement in their rotation. As long as that movement is less than 5 seconds. And hers is 3. We sell this one. Now, movement ring isn't so great if you're low on health, because then you want to jump on a sling ring or one of those rings that gives you well over 2,000 health. But she's fine with health and fine with damage reduction. And of course, my stream dashboard still says my stream health is. This is stream health on my Twitch dashboard. This is what it says. You are currently not online. Start streaming live or run a stream test to see live data. So my stream health says I am not online. But my monitor says differently. That's why I have my iPad up here. See if you guys can see the top of my iPad. Yep, there it is. My iPad. It sits right here between me and my camera, showing that I am online. I have to have the monitor because there have been times my chat wasn't working and I didn't know it. In other words, somebody would ask me something and it wouldn't show up on my Twitch dashboard. And I'd see, hey, somebody said something on my monitor. That's why I use the monitor. I can't rely on just the Twitch chat. The Twitch, Twitch dashboard. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I can't rely on the Twitch dashboard. According to Twitch dashboard, you are currently not online. But I know better. Makes me wonder about people who use just one computer. If you have one computer and one monitor and you stream, how do you know? I guess they use their phones. They could use their phones as a monitor to make sure that they're actually up, because the Twitch dashboard doesn't help. So if you've got a phone like my little 6 Plus here, I guess you could use your phone to monitor your channel. I never did post to my feed, my channel, that I am online. So let me let people know I'm online. Streaming at Marvel Heroes. Hashtag free to play. Hashtag MH Omega. Now. At twitch.tv Blazar Gaming. And post. Boop. There we go. That'll let people who have notifications turned on see that I am streaming. I don't know how notifications work. I don't really use them. But I only follow a couple streams. Alright. So where were we? Typical. I don't fuss too much about this stuff here because it will be replaced with the Omega gear. Now the Catalyst looks good. It's got some health on it. It's got the damage shield and the regen. It's not perfect, but even the radioactive bonus works okay for her because it's 10 seconds of 500 dodge. She's defense deflect base, I think. Yep, defense deflect. So whenever that 500 dodge kicks in, it probably does. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it gave me an extra 1% damage reduction just for moving. That's pretty cool. All right. Critical hit and attack speed. Okay. This can probably be replaced. Yes, she does not need all that attack speed. Speaking of attack speed, let's look and see. I gave her 150 points here, which means she's probably got good movement speed. Yep, barely, but it's okay. And we already saw her attack speed was good. Her crit, 51%. She needs some crit. Crit damage, it's low. It's low. Brutal strike, it's pretty good. It's about 38. Brutal damage, it's okay. Okay. Well, here's an example of somebody who has almost 5,000 damage, but they're low on critical hit and critical damage. We've had characters that I've worked on that had a lot of crit and sometimes a lot of crit damage, but they'd be low on health. And again, that's part of that whole balance thing. They can't give one character high crit damage, high brute damage, and high damage to their damage type. That would be an OP character. So she's got less crit, but more damage than some. So that's part of that balancing act. Let's see how she is with melee. Got an extra 1,700 melee damage. And 1,500 generic damage. So I don't know if all this stuff just gets added up. I don't know if they add the 1,500 to the 4,800 to the 1,700. If that's how it works. But it's probably how it works. So if you increase regular damage, it increases all her damage by the same amount. You increase physical damage, it increases all of her damage by the same amount. If you increase melee damage, it increases all her damage by the same amount. When she's hitting with a melee power. Now I do understand melee only goes to melee. Physical only goes to physical. If she has a ranged one, nope, she does not. So she is all melee. All melee, all physical. All woman. Let's find her a better insignia. Shield Avengers Fantastic Four. So she's helped the Fantastic Four out. And Defenders. We definitely want crit. We want to pick up crit again. Because we removed some crit. But we don't need the attack speed. So, Avengers, crit, ranged, area, anger, but health, she doesn't need either of those. Boss damage, when you hit with a melee, but she doesn't hit with ranged. Boss damage, when you hit with a range, she doesn't hit with a ranged. We could also use crit damage. So something that had crit hit and crit damage would be very nice. Which is none of these and none of these. Alright. So, let's go to shield. None of those. Ranged. None of those. Let's go to Defenders and Fantastic Four, which is Luke Cage, which is a Defender. I think I moved him from Luke Cage. Nope, he still has Defenders. And Fantastic Four is this guy. Ghost Rider. Alright. Crit damage. If I could find crit damage and critical hit, I'd be happy camper. None of those. None of those. Well, it's got deflect on it. Okay. 184. Oh, no critical damage though. That's just more. Oh, okay. When you land a brutal strike, you get critical hit. It takes critical hit to get your brutal strikes. Let's look at the defenders. I don't have anything that gives both critical hit and critical damage. This one gives critical hit and brutal damage. And 4% base damage and 147 melee damage. This might be the best I can do. I did look at Fantastic Four, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I looked at Fantastic Four. So I'm thinking this one. Gives me a bunch of crit. Gives me more brutal damage. She's just going to be weak on critical damage. That's all I can say about that. But that's okay, because a lot of the crits are going to brute. This will bring the brutal damage up. Now I do remember, the more angry she gets, the more crit she gets. Oh, critical hit damage. And brutal strike damage. And she gets up to 10% more critical hit multiplier. What I haven't looked at is finish this.
I know I'm supposed to do something other than stand around.
Okay, she's got the crit, she's got the brute. It looks like I put all the points into durability because it gives health and defense. And her synergies, she's got the strength and durability. Doesn't need this, so this gives more critical hit. 51.2. There's the durability, and there's boss damage. Crit, melee damage. She-Hulk gives physical damage. Squirrel Girl gives boss damage. Wolvie. Okay. So she is pretty much perfectly synergized, if that's a word. Synergized. So, this is the one I'm going to use. When you land a brute, you get melee damage and you get strength. I'm out of dupe runes. So let me go upstairs and buy a few dupe runes. I call Avengers Tower upstairs. I pretend like this is downstairs in the Avengers Tower. I got my own personal training room downstairs in the Avengers Tower. All my characters have their own personal training rooms. Compliments of Tony Stank. But I need to buy some dupe runes because I've been spending lots of dupe runes.
Let
Let me show you how the priests of Palma taught me.
I wonder if I should just pick them up as I need them. So I don't waste any of my 34,000 Cosmic World Stones. Yeah, that's pretty silly.
Your mind
Let me just go ahead and buy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 total. That's 5,000 Cosmic World Stones that I won't miss. I won't miss at all. Still got 30,000. So how did I get so many Cosmic World Stones? I play the game. I mean, how did you get so much of this and that and the other? I play the game. You can't get any of this stuff if you don't play the game. That's how it works.
I have a few new toys for you to check out.
You gotta play the game. Alright. So, I want to make it cosmic. It takes a dupe rune.
Are you kidding? Criminals are going to be lining up to go toe-to-toe with me.
And I want to upgrade it. 333 critical hit, 1105 brutal damage. So what will that do to my physical crit? 51.2. 53.6. That's better. And as rage goes up,
Books don't do a week.
my physical crit went up to 55. There we go. 56.6. That's pretty good. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Let's put the gifted dupe runes over here. Sell this thing. And I think we're in good shape. Let's look. My single spender is cross-examination. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It generates a combo point and generates 5% anger every time you punch. You can punch 2.5 times a second. I think she should hit harder at a slower attack speed. Well, she's not the Hulk. She probably has a little more speed and agility than the big guy does. But an awful lot of characters have 2.5 attack speed. You'd think she'd be a little slower and stronger. Boom! But hey, I'm not a powers designer. Things don't have to make sense. It's a game. My vulnerability applicator also generates a combo point. It's called opening statement. Battery. Hammer on enemies with bruising blows. And there's a bonus if they're weakened. And it generates a combo point. Assault. Hey, Forsaken. Good morning. Nice to have you here on my Blazor Gaming channel. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. We're looking at She-Hulk. Cross-examination, opening statement, battery, assault. So we got our assault and battery. Assault weakens. Battery hits harder against weakening. So you think, hey, you've got those reversed. Not really. I always put my area clear power on my D key. So, yep. The first time this hits, it won't get the weakened damage. But every hit after the first one will. Because my rotation goes bloop, bloop, ASDFGH. So only the first one will miss out on the 25% bonus damage. I've got no problem with that. The DPS guys would have a problem with that. But I don't. My finisher, closing argument. It does a 20% per combo points. So you really don't want to hit the F key until you've got all your combo points. I guarantee you I don't always do that. Again, the DPSers would shake their heads. Say, what are you doing? I play ASDFGH. Sorry. That's the way I play. You can play different. Your mileage may vary. Lawyer Up is my steroid. Gains a stack of evidence every time I lawyer up. So over time, the evidence will keep stacking up. So, yeah, there's that. Stacks up to 10 times. So over time, you'll pick up 20% more base damage, 20% more deflect chance, and 20% more attack and movement speed. It only lasts 10 seconds. It's got a 30-second cooldown. So, while evidence is active, you get additional stacks when you use closing argument and final verdict. I do use closing argument, but I don't use final verdict. But I can use closing argument every time I fill up my combo points. If it refreshes the stacks, then they'll keep climbing. We'll see. Number of Fantastic Four boots empowered attacks expended. Okay. Fantastic Four boots. After using a finisher, your next 8 physical damage attacks gain 439 damage rating, 1230 critical damage rating, and 1230 damage rating. After using a finisher, your next 8. Okay, she's got 4 to go. That's a pretty crazy proc. I wondered what that was. Alright. So, my finishing powers have an extra 10% chance to crit and brute. Very nice. Remember, this is my finisher power. Closing argument. And when you use a finisher at maximum combo points, which you should always do, but I don't pay that much attention, then you get some health regen, more defense, more deflect. Well, she's good shape. Yeah. This just gives me 10% crit and brute on finisher powers. This removes the combo points. And while anger is at 100%, She-Hulk is considered very angry. Barrister Beatdown. Which I don't use. No longer requires full combo points. Lawyer Up's evidence effect will stack whenever you use a finisher while very angry. So it won't stack until you're very angry, which you will be all the time. You know, within a couple seconds after you start your fight. And while very angry, finisher powers gain 100% damage. So you could actually lose the combo points if you don't like combo points. But it's so easy to fill them up. Mine are hitting full every time I hit my finisher. So we'll see. If I catch myself doing my finisher without full combo points, I might try the no combo points thing. Apply Guarded to all allies. That increases health regen, and provides a team-wide buff effect. Unbreakable. Unbreakable is only 5 seconds when you are in combat. Conviction applies Unbreakable. The signature. So when I pop the signature, I give everybody, if I'm in a team, on a team, damage resistance and buff. Wow. What's that do to my health? Didn't do anything to my health. Oh, it only does it while you're in combat. So, do my stacks ever reach max? That's a good question. Is that what this is? No, that's the boots. Ah, I don't see a buff for... It's this one. Evidence. Looks like a briefcase. Ah, stupid buff bar. I hate the buff bar. I hate the buff bar. I hate the buff bar. Let's see if it ever reaches max. It's at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My problem is the stupid little dummies keep getting defeated. I need a high health guy. Oh, and the stupid buff bar didn't stay where I wanted it. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. We're at 2, 3. Six. Oops. I didn't let it fill up before I hit that one. 7. 8. 9. 10. So it does reach 10 if a fight goes long enough. I think 10 is max because it's not going up anymore. And it is getting refreshed. So that's all I wanted to know. So, when it refreshed, it doubled its. So the base damage became 40. So that's cool. For 8 seconds. And then it goes back to 20 again. So 8 out of the 10 seconds. But I keep refreshing it. So potentially it stays at 40% effectiveness 24/7. But it's not going to be something I can watch. Something I have to hope. Because the stupid buff bar. Wished I had $1 for every time I've said stupid buff bar since they changed the buff bar. Finisher powers. It's my finisher power. Closing argument. When used at maximum combo points, reduce the cooldown of conviction. Cool. So that 25-second cooldown gets reduced by 5 seconds. I wonder what the normal cooldown is for it. I wonder if it's already been reduced by 25 seconds. I mean by 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. When you use Assault, that's my area clear power. Increase the base attack speed of Battery, which is this guy, by 30%. So when I use this guy, all right, this one says 2.5 per second, 3.2 per second. So it does increase the attack speed for this guy for 6 seconds. Conviction reduces the cooldown of all other powers by 10 seconds. Conviction. This guy reduces the cooldown of all other powers by 10 seconds. Well, the cooldowns on my other powers are 3 seconds. $30 seconds. So this guy gets reduced. It's the only one though, because I don't use any big cooldown things like Surprise Witness has a 2-minute cooldown. Hostile Witness has a 15-second cooldown. I don't use any of these big cooldown powers. Except Lawyer Up. 12-second cooldown, Bar Exam. I don't use that one. Subpoena is a taunt. It's ridiculous. Barrister Beatdown's got a 15-second cooldown. But I don't like these kinds of powers. You get locked into place. And you realize you're in the path of Rhino, or Jughead, or Kingpin. Or you've been targeted by Bullseye, and you can't move. I don't like those kinds of powers. I don't use them. Alright. So that's my She-Hulk build. Hulk Smash. Now, after the biggest update ever, she was the first character that literally surprised me. As I went through
6, sir.
all my characters, relearning them, just like I'm rechecking to make sure they're all good now for the next update. I went to Hightown. When I went to Hightown, I either opened a new instance or just happened to go into one that everybody had left. And I was by myself. And there was a 3-boss wave in the center of town. And I ran into the middle of them and started fighting. And I kept saying out loud, over and over to myself, I should not be surviving this. I should not be surviving this. I should not be surviving this. Because 3 Cosmic Hightown bosses were all focused only on me. And I couldn't believe how long I survived before they finally took me down. Which they eventually did. And then a Black Panther joined in the fight, and the 2 of us took all 3 of them down. And I didn't go down a second time, I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But I couldn't believe how tough she was. Let's go see if she's still tough. Did I check everything? I've got her a pet feed. I did the synergy. I did infinity. Yes, we are good. Let's go see how well Jennifer performs in Cosmic Hightown. Let's go, Jen. There's a... what's his face? Crossbones over here. Don't step on all the mines. All these range guys are picking me apart. That's no good. Get out of my face, Cap.
There's darkness in your soul, but not nearly as much as mine.
She-Hulk says I'm more woman than you can handle. Don't stand in the fire. Whew. That conviction did 2.7 million brute. need some help. I need some help. There's a little help. Stay out of the blue circles. Avoid the red circles. And that's just a fake Psylocke, so. Alright. I don't know if I ever reached 10. I probably did. I don't know. Again, the buff bar. Buff bar is supposed to give us useful information. And when you set it to give you useful information, it should never go away. It should never change its setting. Keep that around. That is an upgrade. And I'll lose a little bit of damage to bosses, but I'll pick up 8% more base damage. Carnage. Ah. Oops. I broke statue. Sorry.
How can sword help?
Broke the statue. Slot 2.
I heard we were going to be beating up cute boys all day. Mind if I tag along?
Alright. 172 more health. 0.4% more damage reduction. Plus 2 strength.
I dig motorcycles, but you have to put your head out if we're going to be seen hanging out.
Did you guys hear what she just said to Ghostbuster, Ghost Rider?
Gotcha 6, sir.
Alright, what do we got? Hammerheads. Let's go beat on some Al Capones. Welcome everyone to my channel. Oh, Kingpin. There he is. Oh. Where'd the other guy go? Somebody was down here fighting Al Capones. Not just me. But now I'm all alone. There he is. Let's check out her ultimate power. Where does the other guy keep going? Does he just stand in front of Kingpin and get run over every time? Ah! See, I didn't know which way he was going. He said he was going north. That's the first time he didn't go the way he said he was going. Rogue getting run over every time. Maybe that's a challenge of theirs. Let's see if I can get hit by Kingpin every time. I hope you're going the way you say you're going. That Rogue's using Quicksilver's power. I suppose. She was running around in circles real fast. So I guess that was Quicksilver's power. Energy infused pistols. She could use some gear. Not that it matters, because it's all going to be replaced in a couple months. Who did I get? Clerked. Three bosses. Perfect.
Destroy the interloper!
Oh! I got focus fired. That's why you never taunt in this game. I wasn't even taunting. But I got focus fired by every one of them. I don't even have taunt. Can you imagine how often I'd be down if I taunted? Sometimes I just don't understand the game. Powers designers. Hey, I once heard about this power called Taunt. Sounds pretty cool. Let's give it to She-Hulk. Let's give She-Hulk a taunt. Yeah, everybody will take that. Yeah, right. Everybody that's never played anything that required taunt and don't know what exactly they're doing. $2.3 billion million. Not billion, million. Yeah, my She-Hulk hit for 2.3 billion. Not exactly. 2.3 million. I don't need this guy. Alright. But we do need to go get Clerked. And I'd also like to take a couple second break. Go find Clerk. We'll do a Cosmic Clerk. That should be exciting. Alright. And we'll hang out over here for a moment. Alright. Stretch my legs. I'll be right back. Time to get my water bottle anyway. just in case I'm 30 seconds or more, I'll give you. I'll be right back. CC Mason. She's a California girl. Fashion model, actress, singer-songwriter, one-time national champion robotics person, and used to be a Twitch streamer. Hola from the Netherlands. Hola. It's Spanish. I do not know Netherlands. Do not know Dutch. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't need any of these guys. I do not know Dutch. My apologies. My apologies for not knowing every language in the world. That'd be cool. If I could speak every language. If I had a language translator like Star Trek had. That would be so cool. Someday we'll have language translators in our heads. We'll have Google Translate in our brains. You like the recliner? You just have to be careful you don't fall asleep. When you play a melee character, you're not going to fall asleep. It's only when you're playing range you might fall asleep. But not when you play a melee character. It's too dangerous. can't see through the thing. Can't see through the awning. Let's go take out Mr. Cosmic Squirrel Face. All right, Sharon, are you ready for Mr. Cosmic Scroll Face? Big chicken. All these blue circles. Run away, run away, run away. Where are you, clerk? Hiding behind your little buddies. All right, don't stand in one place too long. I got silly standing in one place for too long. Boom! That didn't break. Where'd you go, big chicken? Oh, you're hiding behind your buddies again. Don't want to forget about his buddies. All right.
That's one thing off the Christmas list.
Cosmic Scroll Face isn't the easiest fight. Yeah, the way I use a recliner is I've got a wireless trackball sitting on the right arm, and I use this. It's a Razer Tartarus. Every key is programmable. I've got A, S, D, F, G, H. M is my med kit. And then the other keys, this is my ultimate power. These open different menus. This is the only one I haven't programmed. And I think I'll put the release team up here. I haven't programmed this button yet. But all these buttons, this is the map. These are menus. ASDF, ASDF, GHM. That's my rotation. ASDF, GHM. ASDF, GHM. Ultimate power, map, menus. And nothing on this one. And my alternate key is here. My alt key. Space bar. It's called a Razer Tartarus. You just set one on one arm, set the other one on the other arm. That's how you do it. You could play this game with a controller. So I could get Xbox One controller or a PS3 controller. You could play this game with a controller. I'm just more of a PC person. But it does support game pads. So if you have a controller, you can play this game with a controller. And I'm not sure how that works, because in the PC, it's click to move. I don't know what it's like on a controller. My preferred play style would be this would control the camera, which in this game is fixed. And this would control my movement of my character, this little joystick. But we have to do the click, to move. But my preferred method is total control. Total 360-degree control of movement and camera. That's the way I like to play games. This game doesn't support it because it's old. It's using an old Unreal Engine, an old DX9. It's old.
You're one awesome android, Vision, but you're not the awesome android.
Who is the awesome android that you're talking about? A-Bomb? No, A-Bomb's not an android. I don't know who she's talking about. I guess I should have looked to see who she was talking to. Was she talking to Ultron or Vision? Alright. We've got Spider Slayers in Union Station. We got Ultron bots in Union Station. What's up with that? I've been to Union Station in New York City. I don't remember seeing any Spider Slayers and Ultron bots. Not that they're not there now. They could be there now. I'm painting the town blue. I've also been to Midtown, New York City. I used to write software for Time Warner Cable in New York City. So I've been to Midtown Manhattan, where Time Warner Cable's headquarters was in New York City. Sinister Collection. Where is the Sinister Collection? Other end of the map, of course. Always the other end of the map. Who's in the karaoke bar? Arsonist. Don't burn down my karaoke bar. Where's Sinister? I should focus Sinister. You can always tell when there's a Scarlet Witch around. You'll see all the bosses turn purple and be stunned. If they weren't bosses, they'd all just disappear. Scarlet would just say, "No more mobs," and they all disappear. Alright, we got too much madness over here. Clean up this mess. Looks better. Looks better, man. They keep reproducing. Like tribbles. Like tribbles. They keep reproducing.
I take my job very seriously.
And replicators. If you used to watch the old Star Trek stuff. Was Replicator Star Trek? Or was that Battlestar Galactica? Or was that... I don't remember which one of those sci-fi shows Replicators was from. Stargate. I just remembered. Stargate. Replicators from Stargate. Ooh, Craven's Lion's Vest. Not bad. Stargate. The Replicators. Missed. 2.8 to range. I might need that. That's what I was looking for. That key. So I can jump over. Alright, get out of my karaoke bar. You don't belong here. You especially don't belong here. Silly bots. You guys can't even sing. Karaoke bar is clear. All right, we've got Malakath. Malakath in the library with a candlestick. I'm stuck behind the bush. Oh, sorry, police car. All right. Ooh, there was a 3 million brute. Very nice. Hey, curse hits hard. Curse hits hard. Flag. How often do you pick up a flag in Midtown? How often does a flag drop in Midtown? Well, when your best pal is Miss RNG, it happens more often than you think. Where do you go for farming flags? You definitely don't come to Midtown. You go to Hightown. That's where all the scrolls are. And it's a flag of the Scroll Empire. So if you want a flag, you go to Hightown. Or you become best pals with Miss RNG. But I can't explain to you how to become best pals with Miss RNG. For some reason, Miss RNG became very fond of me when I was born. Why? I don't know. And that's an upgrade. Well, except damage rating. We'll look at it though. Miss RNG has been my godmother for a long time. It's her wicked twin brother who gives me trouble sometimes.
Agent 13. I'm here to be your escort.
When she's away and he takes over, then I can get annoyed sometimes.
Are you kidding?
But all you have to do
Lining up to go toe to toe with me.
when her twin brother, Mr. RNG, takes over, then you just got to be very threatening. And threaten to tell his twin sister on him. Then he usually turns things back over to his sister. So, I lose 32 damage, but I gain 79 damage. I lose 32 crit and 13 brute, but I gain +1 to strength, and I gain +1 to durability. That's a good swap. Who have I got here? Clerk again. Clerk. Why do I always get Clerk? Let's take out Electro. His damage over time is annoying. And I think Storm or somebody just pulled them all away from my signature. Not very nice. They placed their little vortex in the wrong place. Bad placement. There's a 3.3 million brute. And it's an area power. $2.4 million brute. Her signature comes back awful quick. I think I like this build. I think it's working fine. It fits my ASDFGH, sometimes M, rotation. It's simple. The only thing difficult about it is she's melee. Ah, Venom survived. 3.2 million brute. That one was just a crit. Wasn't a brute. But it comes back quick.
Got your 6, sir.
Miss Jennifer Walters here is good to go. She's in good shape. She is ready for some new Omega level content and new Omega gear. She uses radioactive. Radioactive. Who would be radioactive? Radioactive. No, she's cosmic. Radioactive. Daredevil, of course. Oh, but he's got Macron crystals. Who else is radioactive? Doom is. I bet. Well, who's got these things? Who else is radioactive? Where did I put him? Oh, Cap. Why didn't I think of that? Of course Cap's radioactive. That's where the old super soldier serum came from. Intelligence. I don't think I need intelligence. No, we're in pretty good shape with intelligence. Oh, that's not her boots. Not even close. Health, physical damage rating, nope. Well, you know,
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about fighting supervillains.
slot 4.
One gamma-powered superwoman coming up.
Gamma-powered superwoman. This gives me 8% more base damage. Give up 52 health and 124 damage. Still a net overall gain. Woo, look how low the critical damage and damage rating go. So yeah, I'm not going to give up that much. Feed it to the pet. Gain 2 anger when you hit with a basic power? No.
I do enjoy a nice, quiet lab.
No. No gaining 2 anger when you hit with the basic power. Just no. Alright. So let's put this pet back away. Into storage. Oop, it goes there. Give her back her pet. Way too many slot 5s. Let's put one of these over here. Craven's Lions Vest. There's bunches of those too. Put these into storage. Overflow. Okay. Flags. Yep. I needed more flags. Thank you, Miss RNG. Pistol, physical damage rating. That can go there. And this thing. It's ranged. Yep, I was getting short on these. That's my melees, that's my range. So, Jennifer is good to go. Good shape. Fun to play too, guys. I don't know if you've ever thought much about She-Hulk, but for a melee bruiser character, she's pretty fun. And she's got really great dialogue. Who's next? Jane Foster.
Basil! How I have missed thee so!
Jane Foster. She will be next. And lucky for you guys, just like I have on all the characters, lots and lots and lots and lots of costumes to show you. All right, but I want to stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. I'll be right back. Miss Angelina Jordan. All right, let's look at all these Thor costumes. I like Jane Foster. I think she's the current Thor in one of the universes. I don't know. Here is
What triumph awaits me today?
Age of Ultron. Armored variant. So I guess it looks different from... Yeah. Here's his Age of Ultron movie costume.
I stand ready.
And here's with armor underneath. Looks like some sort of... I don't know. I wouldn't call it chainmail. There's the Skrull imposter Thor. Beta Ray Bill. If you don't know who Beta Ray Bill is, look him up. He's cool. He's much cooler than Thor. Marvel Now costume. Earth X costume. I think that was Loki turned him into a woman. I don't know. King Thor. Thor Golden Hammer. The Avengers movie costume. It's classic costume, which is what the green guy was trying to imitate, I think. Yeah. His classic costume. His modern costume. And ultimate costume, which I think Odin's son's going to look a lot like. Which is why I don't know why they're creating an Odin son. I just don't know. But back before I got my Jane Foster costume, I used to wear this one. I think the first time I leveled up Thor, I used this costume. Looks more like a lumberjack. But I like Jane Foster. I'm a Natalie Portman fan. What can I say? All right. Let's check out Thor. Thor is strength and energy. Strength and energy. Secondary resource is Odin Force. It's this up here. Charge Mjolnir with Odin Force using specific powers. While you have at least one bar filled, you are considered imbued with Odin Force. And for each bar of Odin Force filled, your powers deal 3% more damage. Odin Force decays over time. He gets extra health, just like She-Hulk did. And he's defense and deflect base. And he's a hybrid, because he has close quarters. Close quarters means if you're smacking him up close and personal, you get an extra 8% damage reduction. If you're shooting them at ranged, you don't. So, he has a Sacred White Gorilla necklace because, yeah, all the strength that you get in the physical crit. Fist of the Apocalypse because of all the strength, the critical damage, and brutal damage. A Skrull Defender's Medallion. Well rolled. gets 2 strength after he hits with a melee and a physical power. So +2 strength, +1 durability, which he doesn't need. Couple K health, some deflect, some dodge, some defense, and it needs to be upgraded to level 66. I see that. He definitely needs the health. I see that too.
I'm afraid they all can't be as useful as an Uru hammer.
Upgrade.
You seek the mighty Thor's aid. You shall have her hammer.
Alright. Extra defense for damage reduction, which is a good thing because health is kind of low. Energy, strength, which he both is, energy and strength. And a bunch of crit and a bunch of brute. And energy, bunch of crit, bunch of brute, a little bit of melee damage. Power dupe. Why power dupe? Because he is, she is, Thor is, physical energy. 2 damage types, physical and energy. So when you hit with the physical, gets 4,400 brutal damage. Hit with energy, 1,584 critical damage. That's why power dupe. Got a power cosmic, which is an extra 1,500 health, an extra 1,500 energy damage, and an extra 1,500 physical damage, and +1 to all attributes. The interesting thing is, now there's something called, well, there always has been something called Norn Stones, but now the Norn Stones, let's see if I have one. Since they changed the Norn Stone, I do have a Norn Stone. I could get the same 1,500 physical and energy damage, but get 1,000 critical hit. I'd be losing 1,500 health. I have to find somewhere else. Probably here, I guess. How is the crit? Yep, an extra 1,000 crit would be very nice. So, Power Cosmic is being retired. I've also got a Cosmic Control Rod, but it's only good for energy damage. So that was when I played him ranged. I used to play him ranged energy. And I've got this, just in case it's needed. So he's going to have so many leveled up legendaries once this gets leveled up. So many legendaries. He's got the movement speed, so he must have movement. Yep. Every 8 seconds that moves. That moves. That's his area clear, so yep, he takes advantage of 30% damage bonus when you use a movement power. Catalyst. Ooh. We might can find him a better catalyst. We definitely want to switch out this guy. We're not going to need as much critical hit. Because we're going to get an extra 1,000 from this guy. Yeah, we still might want more critical hit. Critical damage is a little low. Brutal strike's good. Brutal damage is low, but it's okay. Base damage. It's about in the middle. Energy and physical damage. Wow, he has no damage. He'll have 1,500 more of each once I level these up. But that'll still put him just under 3,000. 1,300 more from melee. Let's look at the catalysts. He is mystical energies, which should be blade. Yep. We can go strength or energy. Or strength. There's some added health. There's some added health and spirit.
Now, where did I put my latest inventions?
Transfer crafted affixes. Alright, so that grants 4% more base damage. Plus we get our health up a little higher. So, since this will not give any health, we need to pick up some health here. We need health. We need damage rating. Well, we do get a lot. Well, we don't get damage rating here. No, we don't. We can't give up this health. Shield and Avengers. That's all she has access to. Shield and Avengers. Alright. That's too much health. That's 3K more health. Don't need that much. That's too much health. That's too much health. That's too much health. He doesn't use speed. Doesn't use speed. When you hit with any power, 294 damage rating to vulnerable. Of course, I have a vulnerability applicator. This gives health, brutal strike, and damage. Our brutal strike's okay. This gives health, critical hit, and damage. That's probably what I want. That's exactly what I want. it's already all leveled up. I'll unbind this one.
I'm afraid they all can't be as useful as an Uru hammer.
Let's use this one. Okay. So once we hit 1,000 crit from this, we'll be over 4,000 crit rating for physical crit. And we're quite a bit less on energy crit. That's okay. Our main spender is physical. Our vulnerable applicator is physical. The weaken, the debuffer is physical. No, it's energy. The area clear is physical. The execute is physical. This is our steroid. And the signature is energy. So, majority of all of our power is physical. Ultimate power is energy. So right now things are low, but this will more than double once I get these leveled up. This will be good once I level this up. The extra spirit's just a bonus. We've got all this crit and brute, which makes the crit better and the brute better. Brutal damage and critical damage better. So as this levels up, Thor will just get better and better and better and better and better. We've got 150 points in here, so that means we probably got good movement speed and good attack speed. Movement speed's good. Attack speed's good. We got all the crits, all the brutes, and it looks like we've been dumping everything else into energy instead of strength, which I've got no problem with. We already have 150 points in here, and strength only gives deflect. Ugh. Whereas energy, at least, since we're in melee, we don't want those range guys picking us apart. So this looks good. Does this look good? We don't have Black Bolt's crit. Why is that? We've got our energy. Yeah, we don't need this one. That gives us some more crit. $50.1. 50.4. So it gave us 0.3 crit. Not that exciting, was it? Moon Knight is physical crit. Star-Lord is energy crit. Squirrel Girl is boss damage. Thor gives us physical energy. Vision is ranged and machines. Yep, that was back when I was a range build. War Machine gives fighting. Yep, that was back before they made the changes. We can take the ranged melee, because we are both ranged and melee. We need Gambit.
Odin believes me a blasphemer. I think he's merely jealous.
We've got Gambit. We need Ant-Man. So there's our strength and energy attributes. There's all the crits, all the brutes. Damage to boss. Ooh. Instead of Winter Soldier, I'm going with Elektra. Because now it's 3% against bosses and 2% more against physical. Most of our damage is physical. Where you want to hit hardest is against bosses. So I got the crits, the brutes, the boss, the energy, the physical. I think we're in good shape. All right. So what do we have here? My single spender is Hammer Strike. It does both physical and energy damage, but mostly physical. And it hits up to 5 enemies, but it doesn't have an area tag, so there's that. The vulnerability applicator. You hit the ground, knocking down. I weaken them. So I debuff them to take more damage, debuff them to do less damage. It's another knockdown. This says slam Mjolnir into the ground, knocking down enemies. But it doesn't say it has a knockdown. This one does say it has a knockdown. And it has a knockdown duration. Area clear power. It'll do more damage once my Odin Force is imbued with Odin Force. My execute. You must have Odin Force to be able to execute. It knocks him up in the air. My steroid. It gives a +5 to strength and a +5 to energy, which you all know would give me 40% more base damage. Gives more critical hit damage, more attack and movement speed, more health on hit for 20 seconds. For 10 seconds every 20 seconds. So for 10 seconds out of every 20 seconds, I get a nice steroid buff. And of course the anti-force. Knockback. It says it knocks them back. I don't remember this much. Well, this won't knock back bosses. But I don't remember much of a knockback on these. This knockback's annoying. All right. Evidently, I don't have spirit issues. We'll see. I took Asgardian Smite. Or I took Resounding Smite. So, Asgardian Smite, this guy, doubled its damage, increased its cooldown. Wonder what his cooldown originally was. 4. So doubling damage, increasing the cooldown's a wash. But it generates 100% Odin Force, which is very nice. And it buffs all my physical power damage by 25% for 4 seconds. So it's a nice little steroid. 4 out of 8 seconds. And it'll bring my Odin Force to full every 8 seconds. Very nice. While you are imbued with Odin Force, your Hammer Strike triggers a Thunderclap and deals 35% more damage. So my Hammer Strike, this guy, when my Odin Force is imbued, then my single target spender does thunderclaps. The anti-force, I lowered its cooldown and gave it a second charge. For Asgard, that's my steroid. It implies empowered to all allies, which gives all allies a 40% damage bonus for 5 seconds. So, every time I pop this, I give everybody 40% more damage for 5 seconds. Every 20 seconds. You're welcome. I like support powers, things that aid everybody around me. For each bar of Odin Force filled, your Hammer Strike crit goes up by 2%. So this can go up for a total of 6% more critical hit. Crack the Sky gets more critical hit if you use Crack the Sky. And my total damage and damage absorption can go up as high as 6%. So that's how my Thor, Jane Foster, is talented, and that's how my rotation goes. We've got a clerk to do.
If they need my help, things must be serious.
Two hours XP boost. Why? Because I'm leveling this guy up. Two and a half hours of XP boost. 2 hours. So for the next 2 hours, I boosted my experience by I get 200 for synergy bonus, 488. That includes whatever event experience I get, because this gives 200. This gives 33, and this gives 50. So 283 of that is from my potions, my boosts. The other 205, well, the 5 is my account. I got a 5% account experience bonus because of, I think when I bought the Mac pack a few years back. The Mac client pack of heroes, I think, came with a permanent 5% account-wide XP boosts. And I guess the server is supplying the other 200. The other 200 must be coming from the event that's going on. Whatever that event is, I forget. The Odin event. It sounds high, but maybe it's counting the 200 of this into that. I don't know. Maybe there is no bonus XP from the server. Not sure. And you can always get 10% from... I could give up Black Bolt and pick up, what's his face? Cyclops. It boosts my energy and my XP by another 10%. So now I'm at 498. So I gave up 0.3% crit and picked up 2% energy damage and 10% XP. Okay. Let's go punch Clerk in the face. Go punch Clerk in the face again.
Time to light it up. If they need my help, things must be serious.
And again, you really can't see what in the world's going on. Because you're in melee. Firestar comes and goes. It's part of the buggy team-up system. Where are you, Firestar? There you are. It's time. Never did call in backup.
Your last breath of free air.
Never did call in backup. She seems to be smashing pretty well, considering... Oh, I forgot to get a pet. Considering she's very low on physical and energy damage.
Hush, Hawkeye. This is serious.
Let's get a pet to level up. Could be strength or energy. There's an energy pet. Needs some help.
With your family's tribulations, it is most impressive you have chosen to join us this day, Wanda.
You know, Thor could use Skrull's mighty hammer. Yeah, they really shouldn't change the name of stuff. Or at least they need to go through and sync them all up.
Thunder God, no big deal.
I'll show you what I mean in a second. Let me bump this thing up to 69 so I can compare apples to apples.
You shall have her hammer.
Alright. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Skrull's Mighty Hammer has 611 physical damage rating and 552 energy damage rating. Mighty Mjolnir has 527 damage rating, 2 physical powers. 679 damage rating, 2 energy powers. So they can't compare them. They can't compare them. Because they named them differently. They need to be consistent. They need to be consistent. So, if you add the two numbers up on the left, it's 1,163 damage. If you add the two up on the right, it's 1,206 damage. So 1,206 on the right, 1,163 on the left.
Kid, is the Nova Corps up for some friendly tech swapping?
So we end up losing damage. And crit damage, and base damage, if we go with the one on the left. So, Skrull's Mighty Hammer is not as good as Mighty Mjolnir, which makes sense. Mjolnir is a magical item. It better do fantastic things. Alright, off to Hightown, I think. See if we can get into some ribble rabble
Okay, girl.
scuffs. Let's go punch space.
It's a disaster out there. What can I do?
Too late. Whoa, look at all the people here.
Your power is fearsome, Ryder. No wonder mortals wither before it.
This is what I use for area clear.
Show me where to unleash my thunder.
That's what I use for my area clear. Leaping Smite. Baby Groot. Twig Groot. Twig Groot. There's Cosmo, and there's what's that squirrel's name? What's that squirrel's name? It's an artifact. It's got an acorn on it. Can't remember off the top of my head. Woo! Getting some good brutal strikes on my signature. Somebody in there's hitting hard. I need some help. I need some help. I need some help. Need some help. Don't stand in the fire. Alright. Thor's down. Cap's next. Cap's working on a little Deadpool. I saw a little Deadpool out there. Keeping my Odin Force up. That's a good thing. Ah, I missed my signature completely. That was just because I wasn't paying attention. You can tell it's a fake Ms. Marvel. It's green.
Is the helmet made of anything special? Or will I take one of my deal helmet be good?
The spoils of victory are bountiful indeed.
All right. $500,000 credits. How's this guy doing? We've already got 1,500 physical and 1,500 energy damage. We're on our way to getting 1,000 crit. Let's go Crossbones. I didn't realize I needed Crossbones for this because the stupid buff bar. Give me $1. Give me $1. I said stupid buff bar.
My fellow Skrull will avenge me.
Thanks for the scroll medallion of bravery. I appreciate it. Go see if we can't help with the ninja battles going on.
It's a disaster out there.
Good man, ninjas. Oh, don't need any more ninjas. There's that 2 million brute. $1.2 million crit.
If I am worthy to raise the hammer, I am worthy of bringing it down upon you. Is your cosplay supposed to impress me? Or are you merely trying to mask your deep anguish?
It's going to be exciting when we get Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman, I think, is ranged. The Spider-Woman team-up plays ranged.
They need my help. This must be serious.
With her venom blasts and stuff. Shield agents. Give us, well, we need to see. We're doing pretty well against pretty well against groups of mobs. Not bad.
It's a disaster out there.
When you remember, when I move, I get 30% damage reduction. Oh yeah, Magneto's got no problem with these guys.
Laundry party.
Time to light it up.
There was a 1.2, 1.8 million combo crit brute. If that crit had brooded, it'd been big. It was a big crit, little brute. There's a 2 million brute. numbers look big. I don't remember if I turned it down since the patch the other day. Nope, I didn't. Thought those numbers looked awful big.
Let me get this straight. Magneto is a good guy now?
Magneto is a good guy when it suits his needs. That's the best way to put it. He's a good guy when it lines with his desires. Crossbones, crossbones. Fish heads, fish heads. Three bosses. Let's see if they're as nasty as the last three were.
Need my help. Things must be serious.
I am standing in an enrage field. That can't be good. And again, I'm standing in an enrage field. Thank you, Clea, for the boosts. Somebody out there has Clea on the team. Don't want to skip up any of the XP boosts. Or orbs. That's the word I'm looking for. XP orbs. Don't want to pass them by because I'm leveling up a legendary. Legendary leveling requires experience. Orbs. Alright. X23 is low. Thank you. I came over here for my loot explosion. I didn't want it over there. Give me those experience orbs. Let's see how my legendary's doing. Yeah, my crit's getting up there. Yep. Very nice. Critical damage still not so great, but crit and brute are nice. Crit and brute damage are not so nice. Finally got my physical and energy damage up a little higher. So this legendary met some of my needs. I kept the 1500 physical and energy damage that I was getting from Power Cosmic. And I picked up 1000 critical hit that I needed. Three bosses again. What do we got? These guys. Whoa! Something pretty nasty in the middle. Blade didn't survive it. He had to go down and come back up again. I got out of there. Whatever it was, I left. It's those blue power cosmic orbs. They're annoying. $1.6 million brute. Oh, walk away, walk away, walk away. Thank you.
BAC measured at 0.05%. Are you sure you are fit to operate Iron Man, Tony?
Nope and nope. Alright. So we're doing very well in here. Midtown will be the next place.
Time to light it up.
But I need to stretch my legs again. Let me stretch my legs. Zoom in on Firestar and Jane Foster. Library. Emily Bear. Shuffle. I'll be back. Stretch my legs. At least I left you in good company with Miss Emily Barrett. The first song, Favorite Things. She didn't write that one, but she loves to play it. That second one, Old Office, was her 2016 Herb Albert Young Composer Jazz Award from ASCAP, the American Songwriters, Composers, Arrangers, and Producers. And she starts college this fall. All right. I took my medicine. Hopefully, I won't need to take another break before my midday break. We'll see. How's the... Okay. The only thing left on this is 150 spirit, which is no big deal. I don't have any spirit issues. Speaking of which... Oh, wow. This hammer strike can hit up to 5. The smash is an area. The smite is an area. All right, let's go to Midtown. See if we can get some really nasty. Hopefully get some nasty waves. Brotherhood, Doom. There's a black cat. She has mortars and power cosmic. Don't stand in the blue circles. Don't stand in the poison. Oh yeah, I haven't checked to see what the pet's doing. I don't like the yellow one. When you use a signature, get more health.
I have been spending a lot of time in the lab.
Don't care much about that one.
Be wary, all who oppose Thor.
But I'm unstoppable. Okay. Got Electro's Advanced Reserve Electrical Generator. You broke my jaw. Well, don't position your face between my fist and its destination. Or my hammer and your destination and its destination. No. Critical damage, brutal damage. You know? Nah. No. Who'd I get? Shocker. We'll wait. Got 27 minutes.
All variables have been accounted for.
Paint this town blue. Paint this town blue. Who we got? We have Doom in the library. I better get there quickly.
You're too late to stop us.
All right. Come on, Doom. We need to get you guys all together here. So I can pop my ultimate power. I'm getting a few of them in it. It's pretty lame. Thor's ultimate power. Pretty lame.
Easy peasy. Is the world safe again?
Don't presume that your wealth will impress me, Tony. It doesn't.
Skrull's mighty hammer dropped in Midtown. Yeah. Getting all kinds of Skrull stuff dropping. Does that mean these people were taken out really are not who we thought they were, but they're actually Skrull imposters? Possibly. Possibly. Where's Firestar? She must have gotten juggernauted. Must have got jug-headed. How's this doing? All right. When your health drops below, well, we'll get there eventually. We'll get that 5th rank. Map looks pretty good.
When I would not do for
Map looks blue. There's a monkey boy over here somewhere. Oh yeah, don't forget, I got Shocker. All right, I'm gonna break for my midday break 15 minutes early because I've got to go take another break and it's annoying. Thank you. Appreciate you watching my videos, subscribing to my YouTube channel, all that good stuff. See you, YouTubers.